This is Ambalatharasu, Assistant Professor, Department of Science and Humanities. Today we are going to see about steel, especially cast irons. It is in Materials Science, Anna University 2017 regulation, especially for mechanical engineering students. Cast iron. So, what is the difference between cast iron and steel? With respect to the percentage of carbon and other materials or mixture of alloys, we are naming this as cast iron. So, composition is must. So, coming to the composition of cast iron, a cast iron or a class of ferrous alloys with carbon content above 2.14 weight percentage. This is the most important. It should have weight percentage of 2.14. In practice, this cast iron contain 2 to 4.5 percentage carbon and 0.5 to 3 percentage silicon and some amount of sulfur, manganese and phosphorus. We have to keep in mind that these percentage are weight percentage. So the eutectic reaction occurs in ferrous carbon alloy almost at 1147 degrees Celsius. L, that is the liquid, tends to give gamma austenite plus ferrous and carbon alloy. Next, types. This cast iron varies or the separation of types by the combination of carbon, graphite or any other material with respect to their mechanical behavior and microstructural changes. Some of the types are gray iron, white iron, malleable iron, ductile iron, and compacted graphite iron. Let us discuss one by one. Now, gray iron formation. Iron carbon alloys containing flakes of graphite surrounded by a matrix of either perlite or a ferrite, which shows a grey blackish color fracture due to graphite, are called as grey cast iron. These graphite flakes and the appearance, that is the microstructural changes or microstructural appearance, are shown in this figure. Seems to be a blackish fracture with the graphite flakes. That's all. So as I told already, the composition is must. So this gray iron has the composition of carbon of 2.5 to 4 weight percentage and silicon of 1 to 3 weight percentage. Some of the important characters of this gray iron are it is the strength of the steel matrix and the size and character of graphite flakes in it. This material is low ductile and it is used in diesel engine casting, liners, cylinders and piston manufacturers, clutch plates, transmission cases, etc. Next, white iron. A low silicon and very brittle cast iron in which the carbon is in combined form of cementite is said to be white iron. Here, a fractured surface appears white as this color indicates that it is called white iron. This white cast iron or iron carbon alloy having more than 2.11 percentage of carbon. Here this diagram clearly indicates the ferrous carbon alloy mixture with white fractures, also said to be pearlite. Here the compositions are carbon of 2.5 percentage and manganese of 0.4 percentage and silica of 1.3 percentage. These having carbon is present in the combined cementite form, which makes the fracture of this alloy to have dull and white color. That is the reason of their name as white cyan. And this material is hard and brittle, used as star cast, decorative features, tools and utensils, etc. Next, malleable iron, formed by heat treatment of white cast iron, produces rounded clumps of graphite. The structure, that is the rounded clumps of graphite and the graphite nodules, are shown in the diagram. Here the composition is carbon of 2 to 2.65 weight percentage, silicon of zero point 0.9 to 1.4 weight percentage, manganese of 0.25 to 0.55 weight percentage, and phosphorus of 0.15 percentage of sulfur, 0.1 percentage. While saying about the character, uh, by heat treatment or heat treating graphite nodules unalloy 3% is carbon, which is equivalent to white iron. These nodules are often appears like popcorn, that is the structures are like popcorn like structure, and these exhibit a better ductility than gray and white iron and possess high yield strength, good wear resistance, good vibration damping capacity, low coefficient thermal expansion. This used in railway components, electrical line hardware, agricultural implements, also some applications in pipe fitting, connecting rods, etc. Next, ductile cast iron. Ductile cast iron is nothing but adding a small amount of magnesium and cerium to the gray iron before casting produces a distinctly different microstructure. If we add this magnesium and cerium, there is some structural difference in micro level. These ions with a carbon of nearly almost 4.3 percentage with magnesium causes spheroidal graphite, which is also called as nodules, during solidification. Here the structure is shown, that is the nodule structure is shown here. We can have the compositions also, phosphorus of 0.0052 to 0.048 percentage and carbon of 3.3 to 3.4 percentage, silicon of 2.2 to 2.8 percentage, sulfur of 0.005 to 0.02 percentage, manganese of 0.1 to 0.5 percentage, and finally magnesium of 0.03 to 0.05 percentage. The character, that is the ductile cast iron, contains spheroidal graphite particles, thus inhibiting the creation of cracks. Also provide some enhanced ductility compared to the other cast irons. So these types are used due to excellent strength and ductility in crankshaft, steering, disc brake calipers, pipe and pipe fittings, and so on. These compacted graphite ions is a recent addition to this family of cast iron. A compacted graphite ion, that is the cast iron alloyed with silicon and small amount of magnesium, cerium and other additives, in which the graphite exists as worm-like or vermicular shape structure, which is shown in this figure. Structure seems to be worm-like or vermicular shapes of particles. Here the compositions are carbon of 3.124 weight percentage, silicon of 1.72 3 weight percentage, magnesium of 0.0152 to 0.035 weight percentage, and tin of 0.06 to 0.13 weight percentage. They have high thermal conductivity, better resistance to thermal shock, and also have low oxidation, elevated temperatures. Here, uses, that is, these are be used in diesel engine blocks, some exhaust manifold gearbox housing, also especially for brake disc for high speed trains and flywheels. Here, the overall comparative composition and their characters and applications of these ions, that is the gray ion, white ion, malleable ion, ductile ion, and compacted ions, are given. So, with this, we can have a clear idea of these cast ions. Thank you. Thank you all.